All you had to do was say, yo, I need you to see you after the game. You didn't do that. You said you with my son. No, I wasn't. I was talking about you. It wasn't about your son. I know he's number 55. I know he got work to do. Yeah. I believe that he got the potential. And by the way, I'm rooting for him. I ain't rooting against nobody. But I was talking about your You did this. Number one, we know I'm right. Number two, we know the perspective that I'm coming from is real and it's authentic. Number three, he set this up. Number four, all you had to do was tell me.
On a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh, yeah.
He completely missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game.
What happens when the most powerful voice in sports media comes face to face with the king himself? Not on a podcast, not in a studio, but courtside. With millions watching, this isn't just a sports feud. This is fatherhood, legacy, pride, and pressure colliding in real time. LeBron James just confronted Stephen A. Smith, and things got personal. Let's break down the most intense sports showdown of the year. When Bronny James got drafted 55th overall by the Lakers in 2024, it made history. The first father-son duo to ever play in the NBA at the same time. Sounds like a dream, right? Not for Stephen A. Smith. He pounced. For weeks, he went on air dissecting Bronny's every move, his minutes, his stats, his shots, or lack of them. 0.3 points per game, 1 for 16 from the field. Why is he in the league? Smith's critique wasn't just sharp, it was surgical.
Bronny James has played in 13 NBA games. Ladies and gentlemen, he's averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. He shot 1 for 16 from the field in his NBA career and 0 for 7 from three-point range. And he's playing in the first quarter of an NBA game? Really? And everybody wants to look at it and LeBron has nothing to do with that. He didn't tell JJ Redick to put him in the game. I get all that.
And then he took it one step further. He started questioning LeBron, not as a player, but as a father. He asked, why put your son in the spotlight if he's not ready? Are you helping him or setting him up to fail? Ouch. Then came that moment. Lakers game, timeout, cameras everywhere. LeBron locks eyes with Stephen A, seated just feet from the bench, and without hesitation, he walks straight up. Fan footage caught it all. Keep my son out of this, bro. Simple, raw, real.
LeBron James was seen confronting and having some words for Stephen A. Smith during a timeout at the Lakers vs. Knicks game. And I love how Markieff Morris is just there listening, but obviously whoever filmed the video wasn't expecting LeBron to go up to Stephen A. Smith and have some words for him, so obviously only caught the end of it. But Stephen A. has publicly spoken about LeBron and especially Bronny, and that's what people are speculating what this conversation was about. I'm not a lip reader, but it kind of looks like LeBron says, I don't care, bro.
This wasn't LeBron the NBA superstar. This was LeBron the dad, drawing a line in the sand. Stephen A. was stunned. Everyone around felt it. Something had shifted. Stephen A. later recounted the moment. That wasn't a player. That was a parent. And to his credit, he admitted he got it, sort of. But then he doubled down. On First Take, then on Gil's Arena. He said LeBron's approach was weak, emotional, misguided, but here's where it gets even wilder.
When we're talking about the Lakers, that's about LeBron, not Bronny. Bronny wanted to get drafted by any NBA team. He wanted to hear his name. It was LeBron that wanted him as his teammate. What I'm saying to you is, if LeBron had rolled up on me, all he had to say, because I said this to Rich Paul when Rich Paul called me, if you had called me and said, Bron pissed off, he wants to see you man to man. I said, what would I have done? Rich Paul said, you'd have hung up the phone and you'd flew to LA. I said, thank you.
fake videos started popping up. One clip had a deepfake Stephen A shouting, "You, LeBron." Total fabrication, but it showed how deep this drama had sunk into pop culture. LeBron didn't react immediately. He waited, let the media stew. Then boom, March 26th, 2025, he appears on the Pat McAfee show on ESPN's own turf. And what does he do? He claps back with style.
But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. You know, and I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell.
He compares Stephen A to Taylor Swift on tour. Every appearance, every hot take, just for attention. Then comes the kill shot. He's gonna be in his tighty whities, eating ice cream, smiling from ear to ear, hearing me talk about him. Savage and hilarious. Twitter had a meltdown. LeBron wasn't done.
On a Taylor Swift tour run right now. He completely missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game.
That same night, after sinking a game winner against the Pacers, he posts a vintage clip of Stephen A boxing with the caption, "Womp you." Translation, all bark, no bite. The post racks up over 500,000 likes in 1 hour. A digital mic drop. Stephen A fired back the next day, called LeBron a liar, pulled out the receipts from China controversy to All-Star snubs. It got messy and deeply personal. But the real story? It's not LeBron or Stephen A. It's Bronny. No tweets, no interviews, just quiet resilience. Despite a cardiac arrest in college, despite media sharks circling, Bronny kept grinding. And when he dropped 17 points in an NBA game, even Stephen A had to admit, I might have been wrong. Then came the 39-point G League performance. Suddenly, the narrative started shifting. Bronny wasn't just LeBron's son. He was a player. In the middle of the chaos, the headlines, the debates, the social media explosions, there's something that gets lost. This isn't just about basketball. It's about a father watching his son take hits that he wishes he could shield him from. LeBron James may be a 4-time NBA champion, a billionaire, a global icon, but in that courtside confrontation with Stephen A. Smith, he wasn't King James. He was just a dad.
That was LeBron James coming up to me, unexpectedly, I might add, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say about his son. Can't repeat the words because they ain't suited for FCC airwaves. That's what he was doing. That wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father. And I can't sit here and be angry or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in that regard.
A dad who watched his son suffer cardiac arrest in college. A dad who sat by a hospital bed, unsure if his child would live, let alone play basketball again. So when people say, he overreacted, he made it personal. You're damn right he did, because it was personal. Imagine this, your 19-year-old son fights his way back from a heart attack, steps into the most competitive league in the world, and gets torn apart night after night by a man with a microphone and millions of listeners. LeBron wasn't protecting a rookie, he was protecting a survivor. And when he finally opened up about playing alongside Bronny for the first time, he didn't talk about stats. He didn't mention the score. He didn't even remember being there. I was floating. I wasn't even in my body. I might have been watching from the rafters. LeBron couldn't process the moment because it wasn't about the game. It was about what it took to get there. He later said something that silenced the critics. If Bronny never scores another point in the NBA, I'm proud of him, period. And that's it. That's the truth behind all of this. A man who's reached the mountaintop still finds his greatest joy not in banners or trophies, but in seeing his son chase his dream on his terms after almost losing his life. In a world obsessed with stats, legacy, and GOAT debates, LeBron reminded us of something deeper. Behind every highlight reel is a human story. Behind every draft pick, a family that prayed. Behind every player, a parent hoping their child is okay. And sometimes, that love dash, that fierce, raw, unapologetic love, is stronger than any media narrative. This saga wasn't just LeBron versus Stephen A. It was media versus family, narrative versus nuance, legacy versus expectation. Bronny may have been born into greatness, but he's fighting to earn his own story. And so far, he's doing it with heart, hustle, and maturity beyond his years. If you think Bronny's story is far from over, and this media feud just opened a new chapter, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives like this, and drop a comment. Was LeBron right to confront Stephen A? Or did he cross the line? Let's talk about it. Until next time, stay real and protect your legacy.